What's going on out there, peeps? You gotta love this picture. Yep, that's right. I screenshot it. Anyways, I want to show you guys something. I was having a chat with these people. They call themselves urban explorers. So they find houses that have been abandoned for a long time. Come to find out, there's a serious niche on YouTube. There's a lot of people who do this. They find these abandoned houses, abandoned amusement parks, abandoned warehouses, and they just go through and explore it. But what blows my mind is the things that they find in these locations. Now, there's these unwritten rules that these explorers have, and that is they don't vandalize and they don't take any of the items that they find, which is mind-blowing to me because a lot of the things that they come across are extremely valuable. I mean, like antiques. That's why I'm going to review this particular video and show you what I'm talking about. Now, there are a lot of these videos out there. So the difference between what they're doing and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to these videos. What I mean is I'm really good at researching. So as we go through and watch what these people find, and if they come across an item that I'm interested in knowing about, we'll look up the value and I'll share it with you. And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's amazing what these people come across. So we'll get into this and let's see if these guys found anything worth anything. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, go to our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get an additional ½ ounce of silver with your order. In addition to that, it's a small way to help out the channel. Also, I want to remind everybody there is alternate platforms that I'm on. We have Pimpy's News Network, which is usually a place where we put videos that I cannot play on YouTube because its content is sensitive to YouTube. Also, come join us on Facebook. We do have a group called Pimpy's Investment Chat. I encourage you to come join us because over here we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currencies and other investments as well. You can also find me over here on Twitter, as well as MeWe and YouTube. The link for all these social media platforms will be down below in the description. If for whatever reason I get knocked off of YouTube, you can find me over there at those other locations. So here we go. These guys on YouTube, they call themselves Vancant Haven. Okay, that's who they are. This particular title is called The Abandoned Art Forger's House. Everything Left Behind. Now, I've watched this video a couple of times. The thing that blows me away is why did they call it Art Forger's House? How do they know it's an art forger? Nowhere in the video did they ever bring it up that this person was a forger of art. But the stuff that they find in there is definitely interesting, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Try the front door, and I've seen another way up, but yeah.
So you see, they try to find a way into the house is what they do.
I suppose you've always got to try the front door. Oh wow, look at that. Piano, mandolin and singing.
So I'm fast forwarding it. First 5 minutes is just them trying to figure out how to get into the place.
Right guys, check this out. Wow. Mate, this is unreal. There's all these books everywhere. Now I don't see any alarms, any sensors, but we have got so much stuff in there. Yeah, there's all...
One thing I notice whenever you watch these shows, there's a couple things. Every time somebody abandons their house, they always leave behind China. I'm not even kidding you. There's tons of China. The one thing that would catch my attention is these older stamps, which a lot of these guys, they come through here and they miss things that I would be paying attention to. Now, one thing I'd want to see if these things were silver or not. But you're going to find that a lot of times these people, whenever the houses are abandoned, and usually it's because somebody's on the run from the law and they don't have no time to pack, so they get the hell out. 2, somehow, some way, the people vanish and nobody knows what happened to them. 3, they're running from the law. Or 4, they just die. They die in the house or they die somewhere and there's no siblings, there's no next of kin, or they just can't locate whoever the next of kin is. So the houses just sit there.
All sorts of little trinkets and stuff here. Oh wow. Look at that old piece of embroidery. That's quite old.
So I was hoping to find out more information about this, but I cannot locate it anywhere.
What a mirror.
So I was curious about the mirror. This is similar to the style. I don't know exactly who the artist is because these guys don't get into detail, but it gives you kind of an idea of what these go for. This is 1800. This particular one's 26, but it's much bigger than that. Different style. This one's $1,400. $1,900, $2,000, or I should say $2,200, $7,900. Do you see what I'm saying? $14,000. So it really just depends. This one's $16,000. So you might get lucky and get one that's really valuable or one that's not that expensive at all. But this is what I'm talking about. They come across stuff like this and nobody knows any better to look into these things. This is what I'd be doing. Taking pictures and looking these up. So there's a good chance they are passing on a mirror that is somewhere between, it depends, $2,000 and $16,000.
Wow, guys.
I did look up the sculpture as well. There are a couple of versions here of it. There's one here, there's one here. These do not have a price on it, nor does that one. But you can see a version of it right here for $2,199. So you're looking at a piece of sculpture here that's possibly $2,000.
That must be quite old. Now got a tenant.
So because these guys could not sit still enough to take a good picture or give me a shot at a good picture, the best I can do is get close to things that are similar to what we're looking at here, is to give you an idea of the value. You can see, so they're in the thousands. I mean, this one's $16,800, and I don't think that's anything close to it. There's no doubt that this is a bar set. I mean, the prices range from $1,500 on up to over $10,000. So it really just depends. That's the hard part about when these guys do these videos. Sometimes they don't sit still long enough, or I can't get the proper picture to take a look at it.
That must be quite old. Now got a tenant to go in. Wow.
Again, these houses are abandoned. Nobody knows why. The funny thing is, these urban explorers, whenever they find a house full of furniture that's been sitting there for a long time, and there are videos with houses that have been sitting there for decades, they call them time capsules. For some reason, people just left the house the way it is. There's no explanation. Nobody knows what happens. In this particular case, I think the man died. So the house has been sitting there ever since.
What? What the hell? Oh my God, guys, this is like a lie.
This is another thing you'll find, that these people leave books behind. Tons of books. I'm wondering if any of them are collector's items, like first editions of some classic books. In this particular case, this guy has a ton of books on artwork. But this is another thing that's common you'll see in houses. China and books are the two most common things that people just leave behind.
Look at this. There's another door there. That's probably to that side. No, that's round the corner. Yeah, it's locked. This is fascinating, Ned. All these books are the same. So this is all Christie's. These are all auction guide prices. Sotheby's, Christie's. This guy's probably got some antiques somewhere.
That's what gets me. The title says an abandoned art forger's house, but they never say in here that the guy's a forger or how they found out this guy was a forger of art. This guy could be a collector. That's what's so crazy about this video.
Mental. No way. Look at that tortoiseshell mirror, guys. What the hell? Yeah, he was very into his art, this guy. Load of Constable books. Got old picture frames and all. I just really don't know what.
Now here's the thing, if this guy is a forger, the picture frames make sense. A lot of times what forgers will do, they'll go to yard sales, antique sales, and they'll buy ugly pictures just for the frame, so that the frame matches approximately the year of the painting that they're trying to forge. So if they can get a frame from the 1800s, that's awesome. It works and fits with their painting if they're trying to convince people that they have an original piece of artwork that comes from the 1800s. So this might be why this guy has so many frames.
Where to start, guys? Right, let's check the rest of it. Oh my god.
Okay, this piano is a biggie. It is a John Broadwood and Sons piano. And the value of these pianos could be very, very high depending on what kind you have and what year it comes from. That's the thing about the video. It's kind of hard to know the details because these guys don't look for the things that I would. I'd be looking for the model number, the make number. I'd be looking for things like that because I'd just be curious. You can see right here, Broadwood John. So it has these pianos and you can see what some of the values go for. 30,000 for this one, 55 for that one. And if I had, once you look at this video, it looks closer to this one right here. So it's about a $35,000 piano. This is what I'm talking about. People come across these types of antiques all the time. They have no idea what the hell is going on. They have no idea what they're looking at, nor do they know what to do as far as looking these things up. Now I know it's a John Broadwood is because you'll see him flip up the lid and you'll see the name.
That is the front room, guys.
And he actually has two pianos.
Oh my god. I wasn't expecting this. Look at that fireplace, guys. Look at all these little porcelain figures. And even that...
So I did look up the little clock and it could be valuable as well. The thing is, there's huge swings in the value of these particular little clocks. You can see some of them, this person has them for $42.75. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. But this one has one for 52,000 pounds. Here's one for 52. I mean, they're similar, but not quite the same. You come down here, you can see 9,000. Here's one right here for $52. So the value of these particular clocks really swing from one extreme to the other. It just depends. I'm going to go out on a limb and say if this is an original, that's when you see values like this. See this one here? It's the same. 5,700. That's nice.
Wow. Okay, sorry guys, I can't stop saying wow, but the size of this place.
John Broadwood and Sons. That's how I was able to look it up. Yeah, these pianos are really, really super expensive. Very valuable. It's just sitting there. That's what I'm talking about. These videos, these people come across these things all the time.
Check this room out. What the hell? Yeah, but check out these sofas and stuff.
This is nothing. We'll do videos. I'll show you where these people have couches from the 1700s, 1800s just sitting in houses.
This is really nuts, isn't it?
I try to see if I can find out what these sofas were and what their values were. This was as close as I came to one. You can see right here, they're about 5,000. This is as close as I can get. So they're Leonardo sofas. So they're anywhere between $5,000 and $8,000 for these sofas.
This is like one of the most pristine places I've been in, I think.
Although I cannot find the exact one in here, but it gives you an idea of what these values are. Now this is made of marble. So to be on a conservative side, I would say it's about $1,000 at the very least.
It's also marble. Oh, wow. What I presume is planned for the house. Yeah. Oh my God, Ned. These are originals.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about.
So, well, we're not going
to... they've done it. That could be them.
So when it came to that painting of Dunbar, the closest I could find to this artist, just because of the color in these particular paintings, are very similar to the types of colors being used in this particular painting. This artist's name is James Dunbar. This looks like his style. Although I don't see anything in here about the guitars, but at least it gives you an idea who the artist is. Just to get a print is $80. This particular painting originally listed for $700. So the artist is famous. He's known, if it is indeed the same Dunbar, but this style looks to match it. So they could be looking at an original Dunbar painting and not even realize it. So it could be, you know, a few $100s, maybe more.
Hey.
Dunbar. They might have been an artist.
Oh yeah, because they've got all their oil colours and stuff like that. Huh? Various birds and stuff. Yep. So he started off a painting here, look. It's the unfinished painting, guys. Horses. They're horses there, look. Never got finished. We got some... Oh, crap. These are old, guys. These are really old. Wow. I mean...
Now, I did look up these styles of paintings. There are various amounts out there from a few $100s on up as high as $7,000. It just depends if it's an original. Now, there are 3 or 4 different artists that paint this style, so it's hard to find out who this could have been.
You can tell this painting here is seriously old, because look at the cracks starting to develop under the paint. That is amazing. That, more of them, more originals. Oh my God, another one. Sorry for getting excited, guys. I just love this old stuff. Look at that. Right, I'll show you. Another cracked painting. Depicting Highland cows, I guess they are. So this guy was apparently an artist. Music teacher. He played mandolin, piano. So you got all these old drawings as well on the floors. I mean, there's some serious value in this place, guys.
One of the things I noticed is they keep passing up these tubes, and most likely there are drawings or paintings inside those tubes that could be very valuable, but they never look in there. There's always people who leave large sets of china behind. It's unbelievable.
I wonder if that was her. Someone who lived here. So it's a lot about antiques and stuff. What's that? It's like an old game of some description. over this place, guys. And another flight of stairs up. More rooms to check. Oh, look at them Toby jugs up there.
So you can see there's a variety of different jugs that are up there, or mugs. You can see there's somewhere around $5,500. This one particular one is $3,700. So I guess it depends on which one you have. There seems to be a nice collection of them up there, but this is about what they go for. It seems they have a pretty big set.
Wow. So was an old...
Another thing you'll see is Persian rugs get left behind, and some of them that I looked up on older videos, oh my goodness, man, they are so dang valuable. One that was left on the floor, I think it comes from the 1600s, and it's worth about $108,000, and these people are just walking over it.
A couple living there, maybe. It's all their sewing gear. Yeah, look guys, beds are made, Zimmer frames on the bed. I've got total respect for this place. I'm not here to vandalise, to steal, just to document. Old tennis racket, look. How did they used to play with them? And just old linen and stuff. It's an old book.
So this is Sir Robert Peel. It's his book, but this particular one is hard to find. I know he's published and he did a lot of things about law, but I can't find any real value on this book, and it does look like an early edition.
Book. This smells like death in here. This literally smells like death, guys. This must have been, this is the only TV I've seen. Must have been, oh, sleep in here. That really does smell of death, guys. I'm not joking. If only you could smell that through the video, that's... Suspect stains and stuff on the floor. I'm wondering whether this guy's died in here. It's really cold as well in this room. Really cold. Absolutely ice cold. And how creepy. Or is that just me? Or does that, I find that face really creepy. Look. There as well. Is that just me?
Now, I did look these up. There are a ton of prints out there. You can buy the prints from anywhere from $70 to a few hundred. But if these things are the originals, they're worth thousands of dollars.
Me, or was that a bit freaky? Later in life. All these old books, look. Probably a load of first editions here. Oh, he's got his DVDs. What was he into then? Esmeralda, Napoli, Stravinsky. It looks, it's all like ballets and plays and stuff. Very cultured guy. Obviously, by the looks of it. So shut that door up. Oh, see, it's warm now. That room was ice cold, guys. Absolutely ice cold. What's in here then? I think this is the last room. Oh, wow.
Seriously, can you imagine finding a house that's been abandoned? Nobody's been there for years, decades. And you go in there and all these things are in there?
Nice. This old cabinet.
I did look up this particular drawer. It just depends on the year, because it could be anywhere from a few hundred to a few thousand. It's got a leather top.
And another old painting, look. Unreal. These lights are quite cool, aren't they? So, but they're working. Let's just try this quick, guys. Don't want to nick this guy's electricity, but there's the light switch. Let's try. What are you doing, son?
I can't believe this.
Look, fucking
The
lights.
lights full of electrics. Went in there, there's electrics in there.
Really?
Yeah. But that's what I was worried about, the alarm.
Is there an alarm? Yeah, nicely done. We're all right for the minute, Ned. I haven't.
Well, sort of.
Yeah, but I mean, look at all these antiques and stuff, though. That's a crazy old vase, isn't it? Interested to see.
Although I couldn't find the exact one, the prices again vary. It just depends. This particular one's $950, and this one over here is $5. So it's going to depend on the make. It's going to depend on who the designer was and if the designer stamped it.
No markings. So we've got all the guys' keys in there as well. Pump room. So that would have been obviously the outside swimming pool. But yeah. I can't get over this, guys. It's got plenty of encyclopedias. Well, I didn't even notice this marble cabinet last time.
Just like the other items, it just depends on, they're huge swings in prices. It really just depends on the make, the model, the designer. But you can see how valuable some of these are. They're really super expensive. Some are affordable, some really crazy prices.
You can notice this marble cabinet last time. Oh, wow. Check out all that.
You'll find full china sets like this. And in some of them houses that they were exploring, or mansions that they were exploring, were from like the 1700s, had full sets of chinaware in there. And I was wondering, man, I wonder how much those things are really valued at. Now, you could try to find older ones in there, but it's not that easy, because it'll just take you to modern day patterns or modern day ones. But trying to find some, I'm sure I'll figure out a tricky way to look them up. But as you can see, they constantly leave dishware, chinaware. I'll do a few of these videos and I'll show you that china is always left behind. I mean, they're beautiful sets.
No way is that original. No, it's dishwasher safe, so... So this cabinet has got the same markings on this whole sort of compassy star thing as the other cabinet. Yep, just more porcelain in there, which is dishwasher safe. The only thing is, I'm going to blur out some details on here, but guys, we have someone's ashes. Rest in peace. Yeah, I didn't realise there was ashes in there.
So that's about it. It's at the end of the video. The guy will film himself going out of the building. So there you have it. This is just one example of these urban explorers and the types of things that they find. It's remarkable. The piano could have been about a $35,000 piano. In the worst case, I think it's about $10,000, you know, and they're just sitting there. Something happens to the owners. They're no longer there. There's no next of kin, maybe. There's no siblings. There's no anything. And these houses have been sitting there for years, in some cases, decades. And the items are still sitting in there. So I always wondered about it. Me, I would try to figure out what the address is, contact the city, find out what the story is, if there's a way to reach the people, see what their intentions are. Because a lot of times you get a lot of rich families and their kids are rich and they know they inherited a house but don't care about it. They just leave it there. They could care less. They don't want to deal with it. And if that's the case, maybe they don't care about what's inside the place. But that's my fantasy anyway. So there you go. Books are one of the most common things left behind. I'm always wondering the same thing as he said. Is there a first edition? Always China's in there. Dish sets, Persian rugs. You'll see rugs down below, paintings, artwork. So I'll show you some other ones, but the difference between what these guys are doing and what I'm doing is we'll watch them explore, but we'll stop and take a look and see if we can find the values of some of the things that they come across. You guys let me know what you think. Can you imagine coming across a place like this? What would you do? Would you leave the stuff there or would you take it with you? Be honest. Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to your comments and I will catch you later. I'm out.